What is up everyone, my name is Jack Southall, back again with another video, and today I'm here with my first video of the new year 2019, and I'm here to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest event, Wrestle Kingdom 13, and I'll be handing out my predictions for all the matches taking place inside the Tokyo Dome tomorrow night. And yeah, I'm pretty fucking pumped for this. New Japan has just been one of my favorite things about wrestling in God knows how long. I've been a New Japan fan for the last, I'd say 2 years now. I'd say the Okada and Omega match was really the thing that captured my attention, as with a lot of people. But yeah, I just really appreciated the product, and I've really appreciated all the wrestlers that are in the company, and just the stories and just everything about it. I just really love New Japan at the moment, man. And so yeah, this show is pretty much the culmination of all the big stories coming together and to a climax of sorts. And yeah, let's just talk about all the matches that we have on this show. The pre-show for Wrestle Kingdom 13 is a gauntlet match to determine the number one contenders for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team belts. It's being held by Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and Taiji Ishimori. All those three guys have got other matches on the main card. So yeah, the people involved in this match are the Most Violent Players, which is made up of Togi Makabe and Toriano, and Ryosuke Taguchi, I hope that's pronounced right, versus Yuji Nagata, Jeff Cobb, and David Finlay, versus Chaos members Hiroki Goto, Beretta, and Chucky T, versus Suzuki Goons, Minoru Suzuki, Lance Archer, and Davey Boy Smith, so Killer Elite Squad, and the Elite, which is made up of Hangman Page, Yujiro Takahashi, and the villain Marty Scurll. Who I think is going to win this match? I reckon this match is going to go to Suzuki Goon, in my opinion. It's kind of a shame that Minoru Suzuki isn't on the main show this year, as I feel like Minoru Suzuki is one of the best wrestlers in New Japan, period. And so that's why I'm kind of hoping he gets the win in this one. Although I definitely can see Chaos picking up the win in this one as well. I don't really see anyone else winning this, but yeah, my prediction is that Suzuki Goon is going to win this match. So then we move on to the main card. The match opening up the show is for the Never Openweight title. Kota Ibushi defending against Will Ospreay. I think this is going to be a great way to open up the show, in my opinion. Really get the crowd going, and these two guys could definitely steal the show, in my opinion. And who I think will win? I reckon Will Ospreay is going to pick up the win. The way they've been building him up over the last few months, it looked like he was going to get that shot against Taichi when he was champion, but unfortunately he got injured in some part during last year. But yeah, Ibushi versus Ospreay is going to tear the house down, in my opinion, and yeah, I reckon Will Ospreay is going to win the Never Openweight title. Afterwards, we have a three-way tag team match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Suzuki Goons, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and El Desperado will be defending against Roppongi 3K and LIJ's Bushi and Shingo Takagi. I reckon, you know what, I reckon Suzuki Goon are going to retain again. I think this will be a very fast-paced match and really exciting, as Roppongi 3K have definitely made a name for themselves over the last year since debuting in late 2017. And as for LIJ, they do have a new member in Shingo Takagi, so alongside with Bushi, and they could make a very good team. But I don't know, I reckon Suzuki Goon are going to win this one. They've been holding the titles for a while now, and I'm not sure if they're the longest reigning champions yet, but it'd be nice to see them go for a very lengthy reign. So yeah, I reckon Suzuki Goon are going to retain. Afterwards, we have the Revolution Pro Wrestling British Heavyweight Championship. The champion Tomohiro Ishii defending against Sabre Jr. I reckon this match is going to be super hard hitting. Sabre Jr. is a very interesting wrestler. He's just one of the best submission specialists in the business today. And Tomohiro Ishii, I love this guy. He's just so hard hitting. He's the definition of strong style, in my opinion. And I reckon it's going to go to Sabre Jr. He has more experience with Revolution Pro, although Ishii has been, from what I've heard, has had some good matches in that promotion. But yeah, I reckon Sabre Jr. is going to win the title in this match. Afterwards, we have another 3-way tag team match for the IWGP Tag Team titles. The Guerrillas of Destiny will be defending against LIJ's Eagle and Sonata and the Young Bucks. I reckon the Guerrillas of Destiny will retain their titles in this match. I don't know. I don't really see the Young Bucks winning it because of All Elite Wrestling that's starting up really soon and their own promotion. So I don't think that New Japan will give any of the wrestlers that could be competing in All Elite Wrestling any titles anytime soon. But yeah, and as the Guerrillas of Destiny, they're a really great team, and wouldn't mind seeing them retain the titles. So afterwards, we have the IWGP US Championship match. Cody defending against Juice Robinson, and I reckon put it on Juice Robinson. His first reign wasn't really that special. I mean, he was losing most of his matches in the G1 Climax, and he kind of looked very weak while holding the title. So I hope Juice has a great redemption story here and manages to get the belt back from after losing it to Cody. And yeah, like what I said before with the Young Bucks, I think Cody, because of his involvement with All Elite Wrestling, I don't feel like he really needs a title in New Japan at the moment. So yeah, I reckon Juice Robinson will win the US title in that match. And then we get to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match between Kushida, the champion, defending against Taiji Ishimori, the Bone Soldier. And I'm really excited for this match. Taiji Ishimori, I reckon he's in for a great 2019, and I reckon he's going to beat Kushida for the championship and really establish him as a force to be reckoned with in the junior division. I really want to see what he can do, because he came up really close in the Best of the Super Juniors last year, but he lost to Hiromu Takahashi, and 2019 could just be a great year for the Bone Soldiers. So yeah, I reckon putting the belt on him wouldn't hurt at all and would just help him have a great year this year. Afterwards, we have the grudge match between the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, and Jay White. So the whole story with this is Jay White joined Chaos at the beginning of last year and was pretty much using them to advance his career. Pretty much, he won the US title and all that stuff. And then around, I think it was at the Destruction shows, he turned on Chaos, attacked Okada, because there was a bit of a power struggle between the two guys. It was building up for a while, and then Gato, which is Okada's manager for the longest time, turned on him and joined up with Jay White, and now Jay White's a member of the Bullet Club, and I think he's the leader now because of Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, Cody, and all that lot leaving and becoming the Elite. So yeah, I reckon, who do I think is going to win this match? I think Okada's going to win this. This is his revenge story. You know, Jay White and his manager and everyone has just turned his back on him, turned his back on Chaos, and Okada is going to get his revenge on Jay White. Jay White as well has improved so much, in my opinion, over the last 12 months. Like, I reckon he's done pretty well for himself in 2018, and 2019, I wouldn't be shocked if he has a match for the IWGP Heavyweight title at some point. I think they were really wanting to push Jay White into that main event position, and if he has a great match with Okada, I feel like he definitely deserves that. So, but I feel like Okada is going to beat Jay White in this match to get his revenge and maybe move on to another, maybe to the Intercontinental title, or hell, even to the heavyweight title again. It's going to be interesting to see where Okada goes after this win against Jay White, that is, if he does win. And then afterwards, we have a no DQ match, which was made official at the Fan Fest today for the Intercontinental title. Chris Jericho defending against Tetsuya Naito. I reckon they're going to give the belt to Tetsuya Naito. Chris Jericho has been a very forgettable champion. He's kind of been Brock Lesnar, but with the way he's portrayed himself as champion. He's only had like one title defense, and that was against Evil at Power Struggle, and I reckon, you know, it's just, he hasn't really done much as Intercontinental champion, and I reckon Tetsuya Naito, they've been building up this feud for a whole year, and I reckon he's going to take the belt from him in a very brutal match. I reckon Naito's going to get bloodied up, Not sure if Jericho will, but I do think this match is going to contain some blood, and it's going to be a very violent match. But I reckon it can be really great as well. A lot of people were saying, oh, can Jericho go with Kenny Omega last year at Wrestle Kingdom 12, and they ended up having a fantastic match, and I reckon they have all the capability of having a great match here. So, but I do think that Tetsuya Naito is going to win the Intercontinental title, take it from Chris Jericho. And what I'd like for Naito to do is, because he's had this very interesting history with the IC title, like his first reign or his second reign, he's like thrown the belt down and has basically desecrated it. And then when he won it again in like April or May from Minoru Suzuki, I think, I could be wrong there, but he didn't throw the belt, he just kind of like laid it out in the ring and just refused to carry it. Maybe if he wins this, maybe he could tease the fans by like throwing the belt away but then like putting it on his shoulder. I could be completely wrong here, but knowing the type of character that Naito is, I reckon he'll just leave the IC title on the ground and just leave it there. But I don't know, I think I'm more interested to see what Naito's going to do with the title and this evolution he's had with that belt. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that, and I reckon Naito's going to win. And then we get to the main event, which is Kenny Omega versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. I think this match is going to be fantastic. Kenny Omega has had an excellent 2018, had one of the greatest matches of all time with Okada at Dominion, and a lot of people have been complaining about Omega's title defense, his run as champion, and how he hasn't had that great of a run, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think he's been fine as champion, but this is coming from a guy who doesn't really know like most of the history of New Japan. I need to brush up on that more. I've only been watching for the last 2 years, so like, don't go after me, please. And it's really just a big clash of styles, because Tanahashi is not a fan of the Omega style of wrestling, and Omega feels like it's time for the new guard to rise, and his whole character is basically he wants to change the world of wrestling in his vision and kind of progress it forward a bit. But Hiroshi Tanahashi is like, no, New Japan is fine. It's fine the way it is. You know, we don't need to change it up. And it's just a big generational clash. And it's going to be very interesting to see where this match goes. I think this match will be fantastic. It's going to be very long, a lot of big high spots, and these two guys are just going to go out there and tear the house down, in my opinion, and put on a great main event match. But who I think is going to win? I think it's going to be Kenny Omega. I feel like he's only held the belt for the last 6 months. Give him another few months and have him drop it at Dominion next year or at one of the pay-per-views coming up this year. But yeah, Kenny Omega will retain the IWGP Heavyweight title in my opinion. So yeah, these are my predictions for Wrestle Kingdom 13. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your predictions for tomorrow's show, and if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram is at JackmanLaw if anyone can check me out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out in 3, 2, 1.